What's up, my PT peeps? Brian back to talk about The Walking Dead and do a top 10 list of the best deaths, most memorable deaths, I don't know, when you think of deaths for The Walking Dead. Come and go characters all the time, every season, and there's been so many since coming up on season 7 this Sunday. Number 10 is the Anderson family. Sam, Jesse, and Ron. They kind of all linked in together because they died in season 6, and it was kind of a good, awesome, epic death. Kind of ready for their death on there too. It was one of those things where you're like, all right, enough of these people. They're kind of annoying, especially Ron shoots Carl and all that, everything there too. He was Michonne there. But there you go, the Anderson family, number 10. Number 9 is back in season 2, Dale. Now, some people love Dale, some people hate Dale. Either way, Dale didn't make it out of season 2. Comic book change of the show. Daryl takes him out, and it's a shame because some people like Dale. I think the character could have made a certain impact of the show going forward, but epic death when you think of season 2 for sure. Back in season 2, number 8, another one, Sophia. There was kind of 2 character deaths up there. I think it was just doing the whole first half of the season was kind of tough to think of where is she. They were spending a lot of time building that up, and she's a walker, so it's kind of crazy to think about that. Did kind of change the dynamic of that season where they were going with it. And really, Carol's heartbroken and everything, especially with them shooting all the walkers out of the barn. It was kind of a cool death. Number 7 is Denise. And back in season 6, it was kind of a crazy death. You kind of didn't suspect it. You didn't know who was going to get the arrow, if they were going to do it like in the comics, if it was going to be the Abraham death or not. But she got it. She's in an epic dialogue speech to Rosita and Daryl, and then boom, arrow to the eye. Pretty awesome scene there. It's very iconic there with the arrow in the eye of Denise. Number 6, another season 2 death, Shane. When you think of deaths, you think of Rick versus Shane, definitely in the early part of the season. Now, you knew this was going to happen if you knew the comics. They could not coexist. I kind of wish, and I always say this, Shane should have left and had the possibility of coming back, military base or whatever. Carl takes out Zombie Shane, different from the comic, but very iconic death for sure. Number 5 is the death of Merle Dixon. Merle, tough character, tough, funny comic relief on there too. You know, it's kind of the zombie Merle death. You know, him with the governor death was a good epic fight, but, you know, he's taken out. And just this scene right here, this is one of the hardest things for Norman Reedus to shoot, by the way, too. He had a tough time doing this and had to just get in the zone for a couple days before he had to take out his own brother on the show, of course. Number 4 is Noah. Very iconic with that. Very gory, very gross, very crazy to see him ripped apart in there too. I just imagine if you were Glenn looking at this, if you were like, you see Noah ripped apart because of stupid Nicholas rushing the gun on there too. Noah gets ripped apart and just pretty gruesome there on there too. So that's number 4, season 5. Number 3 is a big one when you think of deaths, is Hershel. And I definitely miss Hershel. The group misses Hershel for sure. When the governor is like, liar, and does a sloppy job of cutting his head off too. It wasn't a clean cut off to the side. Takes it out. He gets the Tyrese death of the comic. The Walker head there is taken Michonne, goes back and finishes the job of the Hershel head on there too. So very big death of there too. I know it impacted a lot of people. Number 2 is Beth. Beth Green. When you think of deaths, you think of Beth. And you think of Daryl carrying her out. You know, Dawn Lerner, it was an accident for sure, but still, you kind of didn't see that coming. You think the trade's going to happen, it's going to be done, and then she wants Noah, and Beth doesn't stand for it, and she goes out, and, you know, should she have stopped or not? I don't know. Honorable mentions, there's a lot of them, because there's a lot of other deaths, and we just couldn't do it. Teddy Bear Girl started off the show, pretty cool, awesome way to bring you in. Tainted Meat, Bob, I know he doesn't technically die here, but it's that part. Governor, Michonne, and then Lily shoots him, so pretty awesome. You knew it was coming, though. The penny stab before the fight, pretty awesome. I remember that one. Remember, just pretty cool. The Lori death, you know, I didn't really like Lori, so it's just memorable for that. Andrea, didn't like TV Andrea at all. They changed the dynamic of the show, that's why it's a big death. Same thing, Tyrese, pretty weak death, but had to happen to carry him forward. Look at the flowers, for sure. Lizzie's whole death there, too. But the number 1 top 10 death technically didn't happen yet. Lucille, Negan, Who's it gonna be? We can't wait to see. If you're watching the video after the fact, you'll see who it is and what's gonna go down. But it's gonna be a top 10 death. Very dark, very gruesome, very just tough to watch. Ready to build up the cliffhanger, everything. So it has to be big time. Lucille deaths gonna be there too. Which one is it going to be? Is it going to be 1, 2, 3? How many will it be? What do you think? There you go, guys. So, what do you think of our list? Who's your favorite walker? Who's your favorite death? What's your most memorable death? Post your comments below, guys. Did we miss anything? I know it's tough to get these lists out. What do you think? Which one of these was your biggest death? Was it one of these? None of these? T-Dog on there? I don't know. But there you go, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to get more videos. You guys are awesome, and thank you for watching.